Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Tefel and Namshar on Dusk Towers. Now you're going to say, Falcon Paladin, how do you know that is Tefel? That is because I cast this tournament. It is the North American qualifier for the Gauntlet SC2 tournament that I cast about a week and a half ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. And I cast it with Bobby Awesome. But we didn't get to cast every single game, so I grabbed the replay pack off of SC2 replay stats, and here we are. Speaking of Gauntlet SC2, I will be casting with them tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. Follow the tournament series at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Alright, so in the bottom left of Dusk Towers, we have the red Zerg player. It is Tefel, a Zerg player from Poland, currently playing for Team Dignitas. And in the top right of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Namshar from Carnage Esports. Namshar is Swedish. He also does some casting on the side for Base Trade TV, so a multi-talented player absolutely for sure here. A ZVZ coming on up, both players getting those early hatcheries, which makes me very happy to see, because it means it's not a crazy like 11, well, like a 14 hatch, 15 gas kind of a thing, or I guess that'd be reversed, but you know what I'm talking about. With early Lings coming out, it's a pretty big map, is Dusk Towers. It takes a long time for Lings to get across, which means the defending Zerg has a big defender's advantage in situations where one player is being very aggressive. So we'll see if that actually matters in this particular match. Check this out though, Namshar has a trophy. Look at that. It's a pizza trophy that's short. So both players going for those early hatcheries. And is there a spawning pool is already up here for Tefel, so that makes sense. Overlord scouting out for both of these players. And we'll have to see what happens next here. APM meter, both players around 200 APM for the game at this point. Not much happening for the APM to require them to be doing a lot of clicking right now, but there we go. Now we're getting queens out. There are injects that are going to be happening. Lings are going to be popping out here as well. Immediate baneling nest coming up for Namshar. Tefel not so heavy on that, and getting a defensive spine crawler. Look at that. He's worried about Ling run-bys for sure. Also good against banelings that try to get into that mineral line. A couple targeted shots there. From that spine crawler takes care of that, no problem. 2 Lings versus 2 Lings, and actually Tefel is getting on in here. Queen's getting some shots on off now on the creep. Both of them are very fast and canceling the spine crawler, repositioning it. Over there, it looks like 1 Ling does fall. There's only 1 available. Look at all these Lings streaming out for Namshar though. So Namshar is actually just going for, what is this, a slow Ling baneling attack? Okay, speed is now starting. Metabolic boost on the way for his Lings, but it seems late. I'm just going to say it seems late at this point. So we'll have to see what happens on that round here. Drone, bop, taking that third base about the same time that Namshar takes his. So Tefel and Namshar on the same page there. Here comes some 4 Lings and say, we're going to cancel this hatchery. We are going to get it. We're going to hit it with our little claws as hard as we can. Smash, smash, smash. I don't know if they can... You know what? I bet they could kill it. They could force a cancel here. Anyway, look how low that is getting on health. Oh my gosh, forcing the cancel. I was making fun of those Lings, but the Lings knew what they were doing, man. Baneling's rolling up here for 2 for Namshar, and gonna get a hit off on killing like 2 Lings. Not the best I've ever seen. And oh, exploding the baneling. Good job. The Queen unfortunately gets surrounded by these slow Lings and does explode without getting another kill. The Lings run right on in. There's nothing to defend against them except for drones. The drones need to defend themselves against these Lings. Good drone stacking here by Tefel, but waiting for Lings of his own. The Lings do pop out. They have speed, which means they're a little bit better than the Lings of Namshar, and should be able to clean these up very quickly. Wow, lots of Lings for Tefel, actually. And he does fully pop out there, so... Inject coming on down for Tefel, replacing this Queen. I'm going to say again. Replacing this Queen. Dang it, Tefel, do you not need that Queen? I guess not. Queen here, trying to snipe down that Overlord. Should be able to get it before it escapes, but we'll have to come back and check on that a little bit later. Lings popping out for defense. Lings coming up here for offense, and holding the ramp is Namshar. Banelings coming up as well for Tefel. Oh, Banelings for Namshar at the same time. Lings are trying to repay the favor and force a cancel on this hatch, but no, not going to happen. Lings are chasing them off for Namshar and moving away. Sees all of the Banelings morphing in, though, and here it is. Baneling on baneling action, everybody's favorite part of SC2. Are there going to be good hits or bad hits? Baneling on baneling there. That usually counts as a draw for me when banelings kill banelings. Nope, killed a couple Lings, not the most effective use at all. If Tefel taking down 3 banelings by himself with 1 baneling, that was a fair trade. Absolutely, another baneling exploding harmlessly on the edge of the creep there for Tefel, and Tefel heads back home. So I hope that's the end of the Ling baneling activity. I'd like to believe it is, and yes, Namshar's Overlord did die. Units lost tab shows Unoverlord has died for the Namshar player. Again, Namshar hailing from Sweden. So it's an intra-European conflict here today from the Gauntlet SC2 North American qualifier. Running on back to a defensive position here is Namshar. Ling's in an offensive position again for Tefel. He's been aggressive more often than not at this point. Ling versus Ling, but 4 banelings is enough to actually shove Tefel away. Tefel wants no part of that. Pretty big splash. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, though. Lings are trying to bait Tefel's Lings back into these banelings and actually killing a few of them there. Banelings rolling up. Big hit. Big hit. 1 baneling taking out 4 or 5 of those Lings, sending 2 Lings to kill this one. Suicide in the process. But that's okay. That's exactly what Namshar wants to do. Wants to be cost effective. An Overlord here for Tefel might die if these slow queens can get it, and they do. Overlord body falls down here and actually suspiciously hovers in midair. But you didn't see that coming, did you? Is he going queenless? What on earth? Okay, there's a replacement queen here now, and over here. Inject's looking good, but there's a queen. All right, Tefel, inject. Ready, set, inject. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Queen Whisperer lives on. Ling's headed on by just to get some scouting on off. Queens are heading across the map. What is... and drones? Is this like an all-in play from Namshar? Is he bringing drones and queens and Lings across the map to try to kill stuff? Or are these queens hunting overlords? I don't know what this is. These Lings are desperately trying to kill the banelings outside their base because that is the best option for them. They can't get one. One more hit would have killed that baneling, but no, the baneling does escape. Does not explode in futility at all. So Tefel has roaches out now. Alright, roaches with Galil Reconstitution on the way, as well as +1 missile attack. Namshar doing the same thing with missile attack. And does he have any roaches out at all? He does not. But 5 queens, I wonder if... okay, getting Galil Reconstitution, and now the roach production begins. I was going to say, maybe the +1 missile is just for queens, but... no, it's definitely going to be for roaches of his own because Galil Reconstitution is being researched. We are transitioning into more of a mid-game now. Resources lost tab shows 1,600 minerals, 200 gas lost for Tefel, and Namshar has lost 1,300 minerals and 200 gas. So pretty darn even, I'd say. 3 drones have died for Tefel, but really not a big deal when it all comes down to it. 58 to 62 harvesters in favor of our Swedish player. Tefel representing Poland fairly well on his own, though, as he does have a higher food count, 126 to 116, over Namshar. Overseer hanging on out. Going to see this huge roach swing moving on up. Yahoo! That's pretty big. They're going to have +1 as well, but the roaches for Namshar will have it as well. Roaches and Ravagers. Actually, so +1 Ravagers do 18 damage. Is that right? It is. Wow, Ravagers. Better than I thought. To be entirely honest here. I guess Acid Saliva does 18 as well with the +1, so... anyway, Corrosive Bile being thrown down, not hitting much of anything at all. Dancing back and forth here. Corrosive Bile, whiff, 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 whiff. Just kind of poking on in. I don't think that Tefel really wants to commit, especially with the banelings in this army. He has banelings of his own, but actually lost a couple there for pretty much nothing. Unfortunately, more roaches moving on up. It's 162 to 159 supply. This is when the players can pretty much max out on roaches in about 3.5 minutes. And it can be pretty intimidating. So setting up for the concave here, trying to do things. But the Ravagers, I think that might make the difference here for Namshar with that Corrosive Bile and that extra range on the Ravagers. Corrosive Bile, whiff, 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 whiff. Absolutely misses everything again. Yeah, kind of hard to work Corrosive Bile on Zerg, especially on creep, just because on creep roaches move really fast, like 5.4 speed. Trying to get that concave around, dodging some Corrosive Biles. Excellent dodging, actually, here by Tefel, and Hatchery ends up falling as well, and kind of getting stuck in this little choke point here is Tefel, losing a few roaches. But does Namshar want to go through here as well? He does. Boo. No, you don't want to do that. No, Corrosive Bile actually connecting there. Might have killed a roach. Nice job, Corrosive Bile. Heading back on home. There is a creep highway here being thrown down by the overlords of Tefel. And both players are getting that +2 attack now, +2 missile on the way. Both players are getting a 4th base here. So again, just doing what they need to do in the ZVZ to survive? And the answer is get roaches and ravagers and banelings and see who can win the particular battles that happen here. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down, and getting right on top of the army here is Tefel and Namshar, not even trying to dodge at this point. Both players are throwing down Corrosive Biles all over each other. I think Tefel's going to win that, but a lot of his roaches are very low on health. A couple of good Corrosive Biles could actually take a few of them down. Look at how low they are. Bunch of them in the red there. Reinforcing roaches coming up. Namshar maybe didn't win that battle, but again, having these roaches be low on health is pretty nice. Because next time you have a battle, this one's going to fall in about 2 seconds. This one as well. This one over here with 35 hit points, also super injured, which definitely could come into play here in this next attack. And Namshar coming right on in. Corrosive Bile taking out an Overlord. Sorry, Overlord, completely dead. And I think Tefel just has too much here, but reinforcing roaches are coming down for Namshar, so don't count him out yet. +2 missile attack just about to finish for Namshar, and there it is. There's the +2. I think he needs to go in right now because Tefel's +2 is not going to finish here for just about another 35 seconds. He has the advantage if he uses it properly, but Corrosive Bile is just kind of whiffing aimlessly here, coming right on in. The concave is amazing for Tefel, and Namshar is forced to back out. And I think, yep, Tefel's +2 is going to finish here in the next couple of seconds, which is a massive win for our red Zerg player. And the music gets intense, appropriate to the current situation. Dancing in again. Namshar really playing with fire, walking into this concave. I don't know if that's actually going to work for him or not, because every time he comes on in, here we go, he just gets surrounded on about 2.5 sides there. Now just standing and fighting again, hoping to use Corrosive Bile to handle this. Is it enough? Oh my gosh, it is so close right now. Namshar with Corrosive Biles on top of the roaches, falling all over the place here. Ravagers are falling, roaches are falling. I don't know who's going to win this. Look how close this is. Ladies and gentlemen, Namshar decides to go on the retreat, but there's not much left here for Tefel as well. Getting reinforcing roaches, that's huge. That's a huge pickup for the red Zerg player Tefel here. And forced to retreat out into regions unknown is Namshar, both getting +1 carapace at the same time. It's like they're both reading the same manual. How to ZVZ in Legacy of the Void. Get +1 missile attack now. Get +2 missile attack now. Get +1 missile or carapace at 12 minutes. And they're following that to the letter. Another base coming up. Where the heck is that other hatchery? Yeah, 5th base coming up for Namshar there. More roaches here dying left and right. Namshar, I think, is in trouble. It is 200 to 180 total supply. Pretty good micro on display here from Tefel, getting right on top of the roaches he wants to kill. More roaches rolling on in, though, and actually standing in and killing the roaches here to defend. For Tefel, Namshar looking okay as well. Reinforcing roaches come from the top side. It is time to escape, says Namshar. This is insane. There's action all over the place here in the middle of the map. And again, I don't know who has the upper hand. I think Tefel with the flank attack might be able to get it done, but dodging out of there is Namshar. And more roaches continue to stream across the map here. I want someone to tech switch into mutas. That'd be pretty hilarious, actually, because nothing here can shoot up. And mutas don't kill roaches very fast, but at the same time, it would be pretty cool. So Overseer checking out the exact composition of Tefel's army, seeing how many Ravagers there are, seeing the upgrades as well, pushing right on in. Corrosive Bile, whiff, whiff, whiff. Namshar and Tefel in an eternal Tango match, just dancing back and forth. Roach and Ravager blood all over the place here. Another roach dies. Checking for a base, and thankfully there is not one, because look at this. Secret base for Namshar. 5 bases to 4 bases right now. And actually pulling back to defend. Why is he doing that? Overseers are here. They're going to gather underneath these guys, and Corrosive Bile almost killing that Overlord. Not quite, though. Following him back to the base is Tefel with his roaches. And Ravagers from the high ground actually killing some of these drones. Man, this is a really good harassment spot. I didn't realize Ravagers had the range to handle that. Look at that. Oh, the roaches on the low ground say, goodbye, Ravagers. You have killed enough of our drones to last us a lifetime. Burrow on the way. Pneumatized Carapace on the way for Namshar at the same time. So going for Burrow, possibly Burrow move? I don't know. Changelings getting picked up. Namshar recognizing them for what they are, mostly because there are no Lings. When you do a Changeling, you should be able to choose what it is. Like hallucinations, you can choose what it is, right? I think the same thing should happen for Changelings, because it's like this. If you throw down a Changeling Zergling in this Roach army, Namshar knows exactly what's going on. if you throw down a Zealot and an all Blinkstalker army, the Protoss player knows exactly what's going on. It's kind of silly. 2 attacks here, and backing on out for reinforcements here is Tefel. And there's another one. Another Corrosive Bile landing on down. I think the Corrosive Bile hit rate in this match is about 30%. It's not very good, is what I'm trying to say. How are the upgrades looking? +2, +1, +2, +1. Both players getting +2, +2 on that Carapace as well, continuing to make roaches all the livelong day. But I just have to wonder if this base over here, this 5th base for Namshar, is going to be the difference. Corrosive Bile actually killing a roach there. Good job, Corrosive Bile. Well played indeed. I wonder if a Fungal Bile would be good in ZVZ. You bring in the fungal growth from the infestors, you'll lock the roaches down, you throw down like 15 Corrosive Biles on top of all of them and kill them all in one fell swoop. Whoop. That might be good. I want to see a Zerg player try that. Changelings being thrown on down by Tefel onto Tefel's army. That's weird. Look at this. They don't actually morph into anything until they're close enough to the army to do it. There it is. And yeah, big old roach battle again. Again, the concave looking really fantastic here for Tefel and Namshar. Once again, backing on out. Once again, deciding to stand on in this time. Corrosive Biles landing on down every which way here. Ravagers are falling. I think Tefel might have the advantage, especially considering that Namshar is running instead of fighting. Corrosive Bile weakening the roaches once more, though. Actually almost killing that Ravager in the process as well. Going to chase him through this tiny little choke, killing a Ravager, killing a roach. Transfuse Namshar's Queen here to transfuse all the hurt in those armies. And look, another hatchery coming up. Dun 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 dun. And there's a whiff. So pretty much just a roach dance right now. Ah, there's Burrow move. Tunneling Claws being researched by Namshar, and that actually might be a big deal here. Reinforcing roaches from Tefel coming around this left side, getting a nice flank there, and Namshar being forced to retreat once again onto his own creep, where he has a spine crawler and a queen who's thrown down so many transfuses. Just the MVP of this match is that queen. And coming up to defend this hatchery, because if the roaches and ravagers get in there and kill that base, that is not good news. And yes, actually going to kill it, because look at that. Retreating away is Namshar, popping back in again with reinforcing units. The micro here is insane. The splits, the moving, the attacks, recognizing exactly when to push in, when to dodge back. On display, APM right now is 528 for Namshar, 340 for Tefel. Just insane levels of precision required here. Tefel looks like he's losing this battle, though. The roaches are standing and fighting. There's not really anywhere for them to go. Reinforcing roaches coming in, but they're kind of trickling in. Too little, too late, and the entire army here for Tefel gets cleaned up. It's 192 to 147 total supply. Namshar with the lead, +2/+2 on his roaches and ravagers, and also the same thing for Tefel. And there's the burrow move. Oh, well burrowed. Corrosive Bile catching those overlords. Nice Corrosive Bile, man. Well done, Namshar. The burrow move increasing the regeneration rate of his own roaches. Oh, this is kind of insane. Are there any overseers here? I don't know that there are. If he just burrows in, I'm not sure that he even really needs to. He's dodging a lot of Corrosive Bile here. And again, the surround somehow, some way, Tefel found the army to take out this counterattack by Namshar. I don't know how, but it definitely happened. There's the burrow. I like this. The burrow, look how quickly these guys are healing up. 74, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. It's almost faster than I can say, even just counting by tens. And again, the roaches are back up to full health here. 192 to 186 total supply. Both players have about 58 workers or so. Roach hit squad moving around to kill these workers during this battle. Corrosive Bile landing once again. I think Namshar needs to do a better job distracting this army, because when these roaches pop, the army for Tefel will respond. And maybe that's exactly what Namshar was counting on, but no. Not enough of the army responded. Just enough to kill that roach. Hit squad, I guess 1, 2, and 3. And heading back again. All right, so this is a ZVZ that's in the 18, almost the 19th minute mark here. Both players refusing to die. I guess they're losing armies, but not really quitting at this point. And Tefel, is he actually coming back? He's looking all right. Again, forcing Namshar home once again. A burrow hit squad up here, killing more and more workers. Tefel's down to 34 harvesters. This could actually be a big deal here, because if Tefel's down 20 workers to Namshar, he won't have the bank required to remax. Namshar has about 2,000 in the make. In case he loses a bunch of roaches, he can remake them very, very quickly. And look at this, Tefel's not even defending. Tefel's losing everything that's going on. He needs to get in here. He needs to win right now. Can Tefel pull it off? Throwing down corrosive biles, heading up. He needs to kill this hatchery. Possibly hold the top of this ramp if he can as well. Just focusing down the hatchery. He does end up getting it. Drones here and attacking from the backside as well. Broodlings trying to kill stuff. Namshar on top of this entire army, just absolutely getting ravaged. Here is Tefel losing everything at 75 supply. Roaches desperately trying to come in and help their comrades from the backside, and that's it. A frowny face from Tefel. Tefel's defeated. Namshar is victorious, and Tefel has left the game. So there you go. Congratulations. Well played indeed. Was I actually casting this game? Maybe I did already cast this game. I don't remember it at all, though. That's weird. Anyway, it's kind of embarrassing. But hey, I was here. So that was our ZVZ between Namshar and Tefel here today. Pretty fantastic back and forth action on Dusk Towers. Again, I don't know who was going to win until that very last desperation attack by Tefel was sniffed out and destroyed by Namshar here at the 20-minute mark. Again, a lot of roaches, a lot of ravagers, some early Ling, baneling stuff as well. This base was allowed to remain for a while anyway, and this base actually did get killed. So both players playing their hearts out APM throughout this. 348 for Namshar, 231 average for Tefel. Just well played by both of these players, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can catch me on Twitch and Twitter, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself.